We got our first look at a new Horizon machine, thanks to the first Horizon Zero Dawn comic that takes place after the game. And the announcement for the sequel seems to be very close, and we have new reasons to believe that the game, or maybe some part of the game, could be a launch title for the PS5 or release very shortly after. A like on the video would be super appreciated. And let's go. I am, by the way, doing a giveaway for a 2020 game of your choice on your platform of choice, so you can choose The Last of Us Part 2 or Ghost of Tsushima. Just follow the link in the pinned comment for a chance to win, and be sure you are a subscriber of the channel as well before you enter. Good luck. We already touched on the Horizon Zero Dawn comic in a previous video. It's about Talana, who of course becomes the Sunhawk of the Hunter's Lodge in the main game, and now, according to the description, she struggles to find purpose after Aloy, her trusted friend, disappears. When a mysterious new threat emerges in the wilds, she returns to her roots as a hunter to defeat it, only to learn that a whole new breed of mechanized killers stalks the land. And well, I think we now see one of those new mechanized killers in the latest cover they revealed. And I agree, it looks like a long leg at first, but if you compare the two, it becomes immediately clear that this new machine looks more deadly and more like a raptor. I found this image of a Luan Chuan raptor, and I hope I pronounced it right, that totally has some similarities. We see two canisters on the back from the looks of it, so prepare those tear blast arrows, and a saw mouth that kind of reminds me of the horns from the Charger. And now we see Aloy and Talana fight it with fire and smoke in the background. Maybe this machine is attacking a village or something. And it's interesting how Aloy is still here, so helping Talana fight the new machine, while the whole idea of the comic seems to be that Aloy leaves Talana behind. Or maybe the attack of this machine leads to her disappearance. We will find answers on August 5th when the first issue hits the physical and digital shelves, written by one of the writers of the original game, so it should be great. And I'm sure we can fight this new machine in the sequel. It would be weird to design a completely new enemy and to then only put it in a comic, right? Especially a comic that takes place after the main game and is likely preparing us for that inevitable sequel that could still launch this year. We already discussed the big video game Chronicle rumor in a previous video that stated that while the sequel was planned for PlayStation 4, it is thought that development has now entirely shifted focus to Sony's next generation console. The PlayStation 5 is planned for holiday 2020, and Guerrilla Games now put up some very curious job listings that seem to indicate that Horizon 2 is ready to be shown and could actually still launch this year. We got a communications intern who has to collect player feedback for the development team and assist with the creation of patch notes, something you can of course only do when you are supporting a release. And sure, it could be the PC release that should still launch in the summer, but not sure how long they plan to support that, and it should also launch before this internship starts in September 2020 until January or February 2021. And that's of course a time period that perfectly lines up with the PlayStation 5 launch later this year. I still find it hard to believe that Sony wants to launch Horizon 2 this fall with all the other releases coming out and them striking deals with games like Godfall as a launch title. It makes me think that they do not have a big first party ready, although since they want to do patch notes between September and February 2021, it is possible. At one point, Guerrilla was planning to release a standalone co-op game preview with progress carrying over to the later full version of Zero Dawn 2, one person involved told Video Game Chronicle. However, it's not clear if these plans are still in place. I can see them launch the PlayStation 5 with a demo though, and then release the full game a few months after that. They are namely looking for a temporary junior living world animator to help edit and polish real-time non-interactive sequences for our next project. And this contract ends in January or February 2021, and it's a temporary position that I have not seen them put up in a while. So it makes sense that they do it now because they need the extra help for the final sprint. We will likely finally see Horizon Zero Dawn 2 during that rumored Sony PlayStation 5 event that seems to be set for early June, and Horizon 2 has to be a part of it. It just makes too much sense. So a few more weeks now, and when we know more, I will of course let you know here on the channel. So totally subscribe if you haven't already. I will be doing my predictions for this big Sony event very soon. So keep it locked for that video. A like on this video would be super appreciated. And you can watch that big video on the enormous video game chronicle rumor talking about how Horizon Zero Dawn will be a trilogy and way more. For now, I will speak to you next time. Curious to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and goodbye.